Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here. I hope you're having a good day. I've got two Stradivarius horns, and one of them will probably have to leave the nest. The first is a Bach Stradivarius Mount Vernon, unmarked bell, as was common for the time, just over an 18,000 serial number. And I believe, I was looking at the lead pipes today, they're both older horns. The other Strad that I've got is an early Elkhart, and they both have a touch of red rot. Still got solid lead pipes, but I was looking in one, actually the early Elkhart is in slightly worse shape, and I thought, yeah, I definitely want to keep an eye on that, make sure that I keep it cleaned. I lead pipe swabbed them last night, and I like to see after they dried out, I leave the tuning slide out, leave them out standing on a rack so they can really dry out well. And I like to look at them the next morning and see just, anyway, I was checking the Elkhart out, and then I looked at the Mount Vernon, and I thought, good grief, that is a huge lead pipe. I'm quite sure the unmarked Elkhart is a 25, and I believe that the Mount Vernon is bigger than that. They didn't mark those things back then, and at the moment, apparently Conn-Selmer is going through a period where they're not particularly anxious to send copies of the old shop cards. I suppose that's understandable. However, there are other options on the block besides Stradivarius. If I were Conn-Selmer, I think I would probably do everything I could to maintain a happy customer base. Just my thoughts. But anyway, I was looking at this lead pipe and I thought, wow, that is really larger. I had assumed the bell might be a 38 on the Mount Vernon. It seemed medium bores were usually a 38/7 lead pipe. And so I'm guessing that's probably what this is. The lead pipe on the Mount Vernon does look larger, but then again, they use different metal tolerances. And so it's very hard to tell. But at any rate, I do have an aftermarket MK tuning slide on. I can say the horn plays, it sounds a little bit better with this tuning slide, which I believe is nickel silver. This Mount Vernon gets a somewhat darker tone than your average Stradivarius, and in my mind I lean towards a brighter, clearer tone, and this particular tuning slide helps me get that. When I get to the Elkhart, I also have an aftermarket MK tuning slide. It's bronze. But at any rate, we'll start off. We're going to play on what I consider a very medium mouthpiece. And then I'm going to use a slightly smaller, but still a medium. I'm looking for sound today that's in a very usable range. A lot of times I'll do a lead mouthpiece. Not sure that I would always prescribe that use for a Stradivarius, although a good horn can do about anything, at least for reasonable length of time. And I often go to a much larger depth. Today I'm just trying to get a good, basic, usable sound and decide which one of these I like the best. So we'll start off with the Mount Vernon Bach. It is a GR64 M-B. The medium cup has been bowled out just a little bit towards a Bach B-type itself. All right, that was the Mount Vernon. And pardon me, I added a little ending on it just to give us a little more time to listen to that tone. And now we have got the large bore Elkhart. I wish I had bought a large bore years ago. I always figured a large would be a little hard to play because sometimes Strads are not the easiest horns, but boy, this is the first large bore I've had. I'm 62, going to be 63 in just a few days. And I wish to goodness I had tried their large bores easier. This horn is such a delight to play. The bell has been worked on a little bit. It's definitely a little thinner than some 25 bells would be. And I've got a bronze tuning slide on here. Again, the aftermarket MK tuning slides, really am impressed with them. They give a little better tone, a little easier to play, and this darkens it up just a tad. Such an easy horn to play. Okay, I'm going to switch mouthpieces now. That was the medium with a slightly B cup. And now I'm going to go to a medium shallow. This is my mouthpiece of choice. It's a GR. I remember the first time I played this was with an Adams A5, which is their lead horn, kind of reminiscent maybe of a Binge, but very easy blowing. And when I put this medium shallow mouthpiece with that Adams A5 I was playing, and my first thought was I took a good breath and just played a tone, and I thought, whoa! And got family upstairs, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to have to quiet down. But it just, the two were remarkably loud. It's a great projecting mouthpiece. I think one of the best fits for me I've had. We'll try that GR64 medium shallow MS with the Stradivarius from the Vernon era. Okay, and we'll use that same GR medium shallow mouthpiece with a large bore from Elkhart. All right. Mount Vernon or Elkhart? What's your preference? Appreciate you listening. Appreciate always the thumbs up. If I've got any horns for sale, on the first line of the comments just below, that's where I'll place it. If I've got any other comments, threads that are of interest on Trumpet Herald, either of these horns in particular, I'll place those down below in the comments as well. Take care of yourself, as I always say, and someone that's near you.